Drug Enforcement Administration, also known as DEA agents, are inside this local neurology clinic. Coming up, I'm Marianne Fletcher in Pike County, and I'll tell you what we know.
A deadly bicycle wreck in Laurel County, how officials say you can protect yourself while on the road.
Clearing skies and warming temperatures. Your 7-day forecast now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
4 neurology clinics in eastern Kentucky unexpectedly closed today. Officials with multiple federal agencies, including the Drug Enforcement Administration, were seen walking in and out of the clinic carrying items in Pike County. Now, it is not known what those items were. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher explains what we know at this point.
Multiple federal agencies closed a string of neurology clinics Monday.
And it surprises me for people to say, refer to him as a pill mill, because I have not seen that happen.
The clinics are located in Belfry, Harold, Whitesburg, and Pikeville. Michelle Vance has been a patient at Dr. Goody's Pikeville Neurology Clinic for 8 years.
He doesn't write out prescriptions just because you ask for them.
She says she was shocked to hear what was happening.
I'm really surprised by this because he drug tests regularly. He brings you in for pill counts regularly.
A handwritten note is posted on the front door of the Pikeville Clinic saying they were closed. Elizabeth Centers says she is not surprised.
They don't want to help people that really wants to try to be helped.
Centers says she was a patient at one of Dr. Goody's clinics.
They acted like to me, if you wasn't a pain management patient, they didn't even want to try to do nothing for you.
As far as we know, nobody has been charged with anything, and officials are not telling us what they were doing Monday. In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, we did talk with an employee at one clinic on the phone this afternoon. She did not want to do an on-camera interview, but denied any wrongdoing and said this was just a standard investigation. The clinics are scheduled to reopen tomorrow morning. Well, you have likely heard of needle exchange programs. Many health departments across the mountains have them in place to try and prevent things like HIV and hepatitis. But health officials in 5 eastern Kentucky counties are taking the idea to a new level. They are creating a mobile needle exchange bus, one that could travel to communities where the drug epidemic is hitting the hardest. And as WYMT's Justin Case explains, the van will do much more than exchange needles with drug users in our communities. Justin?
Steve, now the Laurel County Health Department started their needle exchange program here just about 2 months ago, a little over 2 months ago. And in that time, they've already helped about a dozen people try to get clean and lead sober lives. Now, health officials from 5 counties, you mentioned it, Laurel, Knox, Whitley, Clay, and Jackson counties, they've come together to make this bus, this mobile unit, a reality. They say many of the IV drug users do not have access to reliable transportation to come to places like this, or they might fear that they could get in legal trouble by coming to a place like this for help, something that is not the case. Now, the van, it's called the Mobile Harm Reduction Unit. It will do much more than just exchange dirty needles for clean ones.
HIV testing, hepatitis C testing. We will administer hepatitis A vaccines, provide resource information. We will have a peer counselor on this van that will provide resources to those participants in hopes that they, may want to enter into a referral or a treatment program.
This project is being funded by the state's health department. Now, officials here tell me that they will have the van here and ready for use by late May. We're going to have much more on this project coming up tonight at 11.
Well, not the coldest day, but certainly not the sunniest day either. We take a look at the Mountain Almanac, and today we're 3 degrees below where we should be, but still above when it comes to the low side of things. Notice our high 58 today, 47 for that low temperature, and nowhere near our records on the high or low category. Temperatures right now sitting at 54 in Jackson, 56 in London, and 55 in Pulaski County, with those 40s showing up as you work up to the north or or you work further to the east over there in Virginia. Of course, pinpoint Doppler still showing some activity, and we still have some decent activity in Whitley County with some of these showers and storms. In fact, one to the areas just east and northeast of Williamsburg there. You continue to watch that, and we'll continue to watch this push to the east. But as we do lose that daytime heating, Steve, these showers and storms, they will start to fade away, and the sunshine, it'll be back by tomorrow. Those details coming up in a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Andrew. A section of the Red River Gorge is closed to the public today as firefighters battle a wildfire. Officials say the fire was discovered Saturday in the Wildcat Trail area in Wolfe County. They say it's now burned around 20 acres. Investigators are still trying to figure out the cause of the fire, but say fires like this are typically started by campfires.
We have dead trees from insects, disease, old age, a variety of reasons, and then the fire gets into those dead trees. We call them snags, and then they've been falling down quite a bit in there.
The spring forest fire season continues through the middle of next month. A father and his 9-year-old daughter were killed in a fire over the weekend. It happened in Morgan County. Police there say 44-year-old Timothy Gamble and his daughter Skylar were found dead inside their home on Sand Lick Road. A neighbor says he saw flames and smoke coming from the home early Saturday morning. He says he didn't know the family that well, but wishes he could have done more to save them.
I would gladly trade my life for that 9-year-old girl, or even her daddy. Wish I could have been earlier. Could have done more.
Harold Stewart and Halsey Chapel are holding a joint funeral service for the father and daughter. The family is asking for help to pay for their headstones. Kentucky 72 in Harlan County is back open to 2 lanes after a mudslide that caused problems for more than a month. The slide caused traffic delays, and it was down to 1 lane for quite some time. It was the only way in and out of the Catrins Creek area. Officials say the slide is no longer active and both lanes are safe. The Sheriff's Department in Mingo County, West Virginia is looking for a driver who did not stop for a school bus, who was stopped with its flashing lights on, nearly hitting a child. This was actually the 3rd school bus sign-related incident in Mingo County within a week. Deputies say this happened in the area of George Allen Branch in Matewan on Thursday. Parents say they are fed up.
Safety of our kids is the most important thing. The extra 3 seconds it would be to stop and let somebody off isn't worth taking a kid's life.
Deputies say they have identified the other 2 vehicles that did not stop, but they're still trying to find the driver of the truck that you saw in that video. The Mingo County Sheriff's Department asked that if anyone has any information to call them. Police say a late-night bicycle ride on Kentucky Highway 490 ended in the death of a 56-year-old man in East Bernstadt, a fatality that police say could have been avoided with just some simple precautions. WYMT's Hannah Reynolds has more.
Around 9:30 on Sunday night, a car hit Charles Lee Johnson of East Bernstadt while he was riding a bike.
Caused fatal injuries to the driver of the bicycle.
Police say the driver apparently didn't see the bicycle driving in front of him, something police say unfortunately could have easily been stopped with simple precautions.
Wear reflective clothing, that's wonderful, because just like the accident last night, it was at dark.
And fellow cyclists agree.
I think first of all we need cyclist responsibility. In other words, we all have a responsibility to be responsible, as strange as that sounds.
Experts say some of the easiest ways, in addition to wearing reflective clothing, is to be aware on roadways.
Stay as close as you can to the verge of the road.
Another, wearing helmets, even though they're not required in Kentucky.
Because head injuries are normally fatal.
And making sure you have the proper lighting on your bikes.
The beauty about this light is that you can see it from up to 2 miles away in bright sunlight. It's pretty expensive, I think they're $100, but yet again, can you put a price on your life?
Hoping bicyclists will choose to ride safely. In London, Hannah Reynolds, WYMT Mountain News.
Police say a routine toxicology report will come back for the driver in the next few weeks. Special Counsel Robert Mueller's nearly 2-year investigation into whether the Trump administration colluded with the Russians during the 2016 election is complete. Congressman Hal Rogers tells us this is a, quote, huge victory for President Trump. He says he looks forward to the full report being released.
But I want to see the report. We voted a couple of weeks ago in the House sense of Congress that the full report should be made public. So I hope the Attorney General, and I believe he will release what he can legally.
Republicans, along with the Trump administration, say the report lifts the cloud of suspicion over the presidency, allowing the country to move forward. Congressional Democrats still have several open investigations into the Trump administration. Texas Roadhouse opened today at their new location in London. City officials and Texas Roadhouse staff welcomed the new restaurant at their ribbon-cutting ceremony. Managing partner Michael Hartman says they currently have 210 employees and will continue to keep more than 200 employed at the London location.
We're glad to be part of the community. We're glad to help in any way we can, and they're going to help me make a good impression on this community.
Texas Roadhouse in London officially opened to the public at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and I bet they're crowded. Coming up tonight at 6, an eastern Kentucky county ranks dead last in registered organ donors. Find out how local officials are looking to turn that around.
And the rain chances will be followed by some clearing skies. The details are coming up in a few short minutes.
When you see news happening, dial star 57 or text your news tip to 5757. Service is provided by Appalachian Wireless. Better service, bigger savings.
Breathe easier with ARH Home Care Store oxygen and home medical equipment. Our stores are conveniently located throughout southeastern Kentucky, plus you get after hours and weekend service through your local ARH hospital. Comprehensive and convenient. ARH, taking care of you at home.
Why get one when you can get two for just $5? Mix and match McDonald's favorites, featuring the 10-piece Chicken McNuggets and the Filet-O-Fish sandwich.
3 new Nissans, 2 powerful Titans, 1 award-winning lineup. Save big on all of it at Nissan now. No brand received more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards for cars and trucks than Nissan. Save big on Rogue with Safety Shield 360. Hurry in and experience why more people are loving Nissan now.
Lease Rogue with 0 down and 0 first month payment, or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on 14 models.
Get to Nissan now.
If you're injured, don't hire a jack of all trades. Our injury attorneys only handle personal injury cases all day, every day. All law firms are not the same.
I'm Robert Goforth. Working on my farm reminds me of my family's deep roots here in southeast Kentucky.
Robert, why are you running for governor?
Sandy, it's time we have a governor from Kentucky and Main Street, not New England and Wall Street. As governor, I'll never turn my back on Kentucky's hard-working families.
It's time we had a governor from Kentucky, for Kentucky.
There you go. Come here.
Vote Robert Goforth, a bold, conservative leader.
You're watching WYMT.